Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Criminal Docket for July 21st, 2022. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Let's go ahead and take care of any of our cases involving the interpreter. Mr. Cifuentes, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
The function is English.
Correct. I've selected English, Mr. Cifuentes. I don't know if you want to reach out to Ms. De La Luz Gomez. So yeah, so we need to turn off the function so you can set her up.
There you go, Mr. Cifuentes.
Muchas gracias. Señora De La Luz Gómez, ¿sí me puede escuchar?
Sí,
Usted está usando un teléfono, ¿verdad? Un aparato móvil.
sí, una tablet.
Una tableta, ok. Si ve usted los controles, va a ver que hay 3 puntitos ahí donde enseguida de la palabra más, enseguida de la palabra more. Tiene ayuda. Muy bien. Mire, todavía
Sí.
no está allí los controles, así que se los memorizan si se pueden recordar, por favor. Todavía no están ahí, pero ahí es donde van a aparecer en esos 3 puntitos. Va a bajar el menú de las opciones, van a seleccionar donde dice interpretación de idiomas, o si está en inglés, language interpretation. De ahí van a seleccionar el español y luego van a silenciar el audio original. Ahí mismo van a estar todo.
Ok.
Es que una vez que lo active, ya no voy a poder hablar con usted hasta que ya escoja usted el canal de español. Muy bien.
Ok.
Entonces va a ir a
Ok.
esos 3 puntos, language interpretation, Spanish, mute original audio. ¿Ok? Vamos a empezar.
Ok.
Okay, so we'll start the function. Okay. I feel like we're ready. Are we ready?
Sí.
How come I can still hear her? Did I not mute? Oh, no, I didn't mute. Okay. No, thank you, Mr. Cifuentes. Let's get started.
In cause number 2020-0D01252, State of Texas versus Maria De La Luz Gomez. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Raug on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
And Ms. Gomez is appearing remotely utilizing the assistance of a court interpreter. Ms. Pineda, are you here for this probation case?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I am.
Perfect. So Ms. Gomez, I did review and Carla reviewed the case summary. I know we'd been here just about a month ago and addressed some of the concerns and issues. I think what it boils down to, Ms. Gomez, is that we've had no issues with our monitor. We've had nothing, nothing is being reported being non-compliant. And so for my purposes, the recommendation, I think the way we got here was with probation notifying the court of the issues that we had. And so I'm satisfied that we fully addressed those, unless Carla, you have something to add that's not on the summary that you'd like me to look at?
Your Honor, I don't see anything reflecting. I know I did see on the summary there was a top appointment but they're still pending the appointment. I just checked and I don't believe Ms. De La Luz Gomez has obtained that appointment yet or been provided with that appointment.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Judge, like you mentioned, everything, she did well. There's a good report from the last 30 days.
Yeah, so that's good. And Ms. Gomez, I want to continue to have that happen. If anything comes up for you personally that you feel it's making probation or any of the conditions difficult to manage, just be in contact with your probation officer. I know they will let me know. But for my purposes, I don't really
Sí.
need to have, you have a TAP appointment that's pending being set. And if there's any recommendations that come from that, I will always work with you. But you have to do your part. So as long as you continue to do that, I'm not going to have her set for anything else unless I hear from probation. Ms. Gomez, did you have anything for the court?
Sí, su señoría. Sí, su señoría, yo le había dicho al oficial que estaba solicitando un permiso para un funeral. No sé si la iba a dejar ahí. Era lo que quería, a ver si me podía dejar ir, un permiso.
Travel permit. I haven't gone through every email here. Carla, do you see that one has been submitted?
Your Honor, if I may, yes, the travel permit was submitted. You did approve it. It was emailed back to the officer. And I am seeing notification from the supervisor from that office.
Sí.
Called a telephone number starting with a 703 and left on voicemail letting Ms. De La Luz Gomez that the travel permit was granted by the court.
Does that
Okay.
does that conform
Sí.
with your phone number? Do they have the right contact information for you, Ms. Gomez?
Sí. Sí.
Okay. So there you have it. Looks like that has been covered. As I said, Ms. Gomez, I don't want to keep bringing you back here. So just stay compliant and good luck to you. Okay.
Okay. Sí, gracias, su señoría.
All righty. Does anybody else need the interpreter?
Muy bien,
If no one else needs the interpreter, Mr. Cifuentes, have a good day and thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
Gracias.
Señora Gómez, ya hemos terminado. Se levanta su sesión. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, señora.
We'll see you
Okay.
later, Judge.
Take care, Mr. Cifuentes. Who's next?
Bye-bye.
Bottom of page 9, Judge,
Go ahead.
in cause number 2020-0D01167, State of Texas versus Eric Leal. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge Denise Butterworth on behalf of Mr. Leal.
Your Honor, and Desiree Vallejo with adult probation.
And Mr. Leal appears to still be connecting. So let me pull this report up. Okay, looks like he's connected. Okay, so Mr. Leal is appearing remotely. Okay, so Ms. Vallejo, it looks like we were looking into some possibly more specialized treatment, things of that nature. You want to give me an update, please?
Yes, Judge. So he bonded out on June 22nd. At the last hearing, which was June 21st bond hearing, you did order that the motion remain open. He provide more frequent UAs and that we wait to see what specialized caseload he qualifies for. Since then, Judge, he does qualify for the substance abuse caseload depending on his assessment this afternoon at 3 p.m. for TAP. He also has a Takumi appointment set up for next Wednesday, June 27th with EHN. He has been reporting as instructed. He has been providing UAs since he's bonded out and they've all been negative. Basically, he's just pending his drug offender education class, his 80 community service hours, and his delinquent balance and probation fees of $1,200. He also obtained employment since he was bonded out. And he is very receptive to wanting treatment and trying to change his life in a positive way.
Okay. Well, those negative UAs are important, Mr. Leal. So it kind of just, everybody says they want to do better, but then doesn't always bear itself out. I hope we're on the right path, and it looks like they're still evaluating what potential services they may be able to provide you. My thought is this, Ms. Butterworth, is to, I don't know if I want to come back in 30 days, maybe come back in 60 days on a review, leave the MTAG open still, and see where we are in terms of treatment and the continued, it'd be great. It'd be great if from here and through the 60 days out, Mr. Leal, you still continue to have negative tests. Okay, so that may be a challenge for you, but I will assure you this, that if you continue to stay clean and utilize the resources that probation may be able to secure for you, that'll go a long way to getting that motion taken care of. And then I don't know how long is he on? He terms at the end of this year. Is that right? He terms in December this year?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. He was placed. Sorry.
Go ahead.
He was placed on supervision for 2 years. And he does term December 7th of 2022.
Transferred. All right. Let's are we at a point where we need to transfer him now, or do we still need more assessment to that special substance abuse caseload?
We're waiting on the outcome of his TAP assessment this afternoon at 3 p.m. I can notify the court judge the outcome on that and then submit mods if that's okay, if he does qualify for treatment.
Okay, let's do it that way. I will have a probation status review in 60 days. Like I said, I mean, it's only December, right? So that's a period of time that you would have. What was his criminal history like before he picked up this case?
Sorry, Your Honor, I'm trying to pull it up.
No worries. I mean, if you got too deferred.
There was some juvenile for POM, which was a 3rd degree.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we have some new cases coming? I see some 2022 P files.
Yes, Your Honor, I sent an email to see what the status was. There was an email by Ms. King in March, and then it wasn't presented to her office. I sent a follow-up email this week, and I haven't gotten a response back.
What are they, Samantha?
One is a POM less than 2 ounces. Let me see for the other one.
On the case
Sure.
summary, it says POM 2 to 4 ounces and a POM 4 ounces to 5 pounds.
Yes, Your Honor.
Two separate, 2016. Date of rearrest, March 10th. So, well, you'll be around for a minute, Mr. Leal, but you term here in December. I don't know how quickly the DA's office will get those going. Ms. Butterworth, well, they haven't been presented, so they don't appoint anybody, or we don't have anything.
Let me look at my paperwork.
Okay.
Sometimes I get appointed on P files. Let me just see if it's in here.
Okay. Well, in any event, we'll come back in 60 days. Mr. Leal, stay on track. Look, don't pick up any new cases. That's like number one. You're not supposed to be doing anything where you have any reason to have really any contact with police, right? Don't be doing that. All right, we're coming back in 60 days, but we're gonna leave the MTA open.
Your Honor, you're okay with me sending you the mods if he qualifies for TAP today for
this case, yes, because at the end of the day, if we get that other POM, then we'll just deal with it there.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm sorry to interrupt. If it's
No worries.
the POM 4 ounces, less than 2 ounces, it's actually, there was a dismissal, walked over to the jail. I believe that was April 26, 2022.
And that was for 2022 P file 2017
Oh, I thought this is 2016. Okay.
or 2016. Yeah,
And-
there's
Your Honor, too, on the P file ending in 2017, that's the state jail. It looks like Ms. Butterworth was appointed.
okay. All right.
It just hasn't been filed.
That's my understanding.
I'm wondering if he qualifies for all of these programs and he's doing well right now, Ms. Rago, that we could decline that in lieu or with the modifications that he's getting.
Unfortunately, office policy, we can't decline P files. We have to have everything come in, is my understanding. If things change, I would be open to potential, but as of now, that's our policy.
Okay. Okay.
Your Honor, there is a capias in that P file. It was issued June 15, 2022.
Would that have been before our bond hearing or after our bond hearing? Our bond hearing was,
June 21st was a bond hearing.
and when was the KPS issued?
I see June 16 is when it's been stamped, 2022.
Well, that's clearly not his fault. He's in jail and should have been booked on it.
Odyssey open. Marissa, can you look at Odyssey and look at the jailings? So we had our bond hearing. Let me open. Let's see. I don't know.
It looks like June 21st.
Right. And so he was released on PR bond on the 22nd. Where's Odyssey? But the KPS issued on the 15th. That's what you're saying, Roa?
Yes, Your Honor.
And they just
logging
on it.
Odyssey.
I'm looking at where are you seeing the active KPS? I see there was on the P file ending in 016, there was an affidavit of incarceration and it was filed without issuance. And that's on the 15th of June. So they did do like a warrant, but they didn't issue it or try to execute it.
I do see the affidavit now in Odyssey. You're right, Marissa.
So there is not an active warrant for him that I can see. It was filed though. There was like a KPS pursued, but JMAG did not move on it.
Okay. Thank you, Marissa.
Okay. That's kind of strange. All right. Let me go back to his jailings now that I have this open.
Thank you though for bringing that up, Ms. King. It's always nice to make sure we know if we have active warrants or not.
Of course.
All right. Okay. Well, so I'm already hearing little nuggets of what we think some people want to happen. But we'll come back in 60 days anyway. Mr. Leal, everything that your attorney is trying to kind of foreshadow for the future will all depend on your conduct. So I start seeing positive drug tests, gonna be further and further away from that. Okay, whether the state, I don't know what the state is gonna do with these cases once they get them. I don't know the underlying circumstances, but what I can assure you is that if you are not compliant at some point, it's really not gonna bode very well for those hopes. Okay, so we're coming back in 60 days. Mr. Leal has to appear as he did today remotely. So
did you hear that, Mr. Leal? Okay.
He knows.
Okay. So
No.
you are
the master of your domain, Mr. Leal.
that is I'm lacking the words. We'll go with master of your domain, young man. Do you hear that?
You're really
Okay.
only, what I have you on right now is a case that your probation would end in December, depending on what happens here. I don't know what the state's gonna do. Doesn't sit well with the court that you're picking up, state jail felonies while you're on probation, but I don't know the underlying circumstances. So we'll see where we are in 60 days. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Vallejo, if you have any issues, you let me know, okay?
I will, Judge. Thank you. May I be
Thank you.
excused?
You may. Thank you, Ms. Butterworth. Thank you, Mr. Leal.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Take care. All right, who's next?
Staying on page 9, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2018-0D01930, State of Texas versus Adrian Garcia. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Alyssa on behalf of Mr. Garcia, and we're ready, Your Honor.
Brittany Willis, adult probation.
Okay, and Mr. Garcia is appearing remotely as well. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Let me just make sure. Refer to each 9. Mhm. Well, this is to the point. It looks like he's completely compliant. Miss Willis, anything you want to let me know?
No, Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Garcia is doing very well with me. He's been screened for mental health services and he'll be receiving those. And he is very compliant with his substance use treatment, as well as his interlock device. He has no violations on that.
I'm not seeing it in the case summary and my memory is terrible. Is this is he the one that took off on us that got a public intox in the Fort Worth area or something like that? Then we
Yes,
brought
Your
him
Honor.
back and had all those issues. Okay. Want to make sure I remember. All right, well, did we have a motion outstanding on Mr. Garcia? No VN, no, we hadn't gone that route yet?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay.
The
Well,
only
by all
motion I
accounts-
did see was the motion from his attorney about the interlock.
Okay, was that outstanding, Ms. Nava, or had we dealt with that already?
With the interlock, Your Honor, so yes, we have dealt with that already.
Right, I think we dealt with the monitor. Okay, so if nothing is outstanding, I don't know, Ms. Rago, do you have this one now?
Yes,
Oh, there
Your
is a motion. There is a motion. See, that's what I thought. Let me go back. What? Let me see.
Your Honor, there's a motion to adjudicate that was filed in January of this year. And it hasn't been closed since. He was back for probation statuses and he had OCJs and such, but the motion has not been closed.
And he was sentenced to 30 days
Let me go back.
as a condition.
Let me go back. Just so I can see what was on there. Okay, so we have the Kerr County. So I guess the question is, are we starting off on a clean slate? Until when does he term, Miss Willis?
2028, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Rago, if you'll go ahead and look at the motion. I'm comfortable right now going ahead and dismissing the motion, since I feel like we've gotten Mr. Garcia at a point where he understands what he needs to be doing, and he seems to be doing that. So if we have any further hiccups, we just go down that route again. I think it was a bumpy road to get here, but Mr. Garcia, if you do your part, you're not going to have any issues with me. Just stay in contact. Ms. Willis, I need you to please keep an eye. He has the interlock or he has the portable? He should have the portable, right?
No, Your Honor, he has the ignition interlock. So he has the device in his vehicle.
And Your Honor, initially we had filed a motion to have that removed. The manslaughter did not have any underlying facts that had to do with drinking, but because of the public intox, there was the concern about him using alcohol.
Okay, so then I'm okay. I'm okay with that intox device. Okay, we're fine. If we have any issues, Ms. Willis, please let me know ASAP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. There aren't any future settings, are there?
I don't believe so.
Don't need any for now. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Ms. Nava.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
On page 10, bottom of page 10, Judge.
Okay.
In cause number 2018-0D03475, State of Texas versus Ivan Corral. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Raug on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Edward Hernandez on behalf of Ms. Corral, ready, Your Honor. My
Mr.
daughter will be
Hernandez.
holding the phone.
Be
On the phone.
careful. My goodness. All right, and Ms. Corral is connecting. Oh, let me see if we have a report on her. Yes. So it looks like she's connecting. Yeah, she's connected. Ms. Corral, good morning. You can go ahead and stay muted. Who's covering Ms. Corral's case? I do have the case summary.
I am, Your Honor.
When was our last hearing?
It was not too long ago on June the 30th.
June 30th, and we still have skips. I feel like, maybe just because we were out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mr. Hernandez, have you been in contact with Ms. Corral?
I have, Your Honor. I believe we understand what the problem is and that it's been corrected. Ms. Corral, there's a particular time when she's laying asleep, but she has this kind of like wired handheld unit that she uses, and realized that the only way it works is she has to be pushing it in because the wire is loose. I know the probation officer has gone to her house and tested her, and she tests negative every single time. I think they were thinking that she was not doing it right, but when she does it, when she holds the, in other words, during this time that she's sleeping, she would just do the test, but she wouldn't be pushing the wire into the unit. And if she didn't push the wire into the unit, it comes back as a skip. This is my understanding, Your Honor. Now whenever she's doing it now, she's actually pushing the wire into the unit so that the blow shows as a proper blow. But it's my understanding they have repeatedly gone to her house. They've tested her over and over, and every time they test her, she comes out negative, Your Honor.
So is the device faulty? I mean, she shouldn't have to be messing with wires on a device. Why aren't we going? Okay, I'm sorry. Ms. Willis, was it yours? Were you handling this one too, or someone else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we need to get her, and it sounds like she's got a defective device. If that's true, she's got a defective device, and we need to get that switched out. Can you help her contact the provider and see about servicing? I don't know, put some duct tape on it. I don't know what to do. You know,
Yes, Your Honor. She's scheduled for to have her device calibrated tomorrow.
Okay.
So she can definitely let them know that she's having that issue. The skips were at 5 p.m. So she was doing the morning and the nights. So that's where the concern was. It was the middle of the day ones that she was skipping. That was the only concern that we had. But I did do a house visit, and I did test her at that house visit, and she did come out negative. So I'm sure it was just an issue with her machine, but I did provide her the referral list so she can go with another company or whatever she decides, because I know she's been having some issues with the live.
Okay, so to the extent you can help her with that, please do that, because I know sometimes, you know, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know where all these providers stand now with those shortages, things that like that, it can get very frustrating. So Ms. Corral, you are to continue to test. If you figured out how to manipulate that machine so it works, great. But my problem is I'm still seeing a lot of misses, and you're not supposed to be missing. So we're coming back in 2 weeks. We're gonna find out what happened with the monitor. She's testing 1, 2, 3 times. I'm still good with that. And I feel like otherwise she's doing well, Ms. Willis.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we'll come back in 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Ms. Corral.
Thank you, Your Honor. My excuse.
Yes, please be careful. Thank you, Ms. Corral.
My daughter's holding the phone. I'm not.
Well, still. All right. Take care, Ms. Corral. We'll see you in 2 weeks.